Welcome to Gamers Platform.
Yeah! Good. Oh, baby! Look at that!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Adam Wolf from Gamers Platform, and this is Ghost Recon Breakpoint, but it's the beta. It's the open beta that I found out early this morning was happening. I have been, the last couple of weeks threw me off a bit, so I've been out of the loop entirely. And it's interesting that they hold a beta now, like an open beta now, I think literally a week before the game comes out. So I'm not sure how much exactly they're going to change, but this will be my first take on it, and I'm really excited because this beta actually contains a small portion of the single/co-op player, if you want to call it anything. So they are allowing us to play together with friends if we want to, or play it solo if we want to, just a small portion of the game. And also they allow us to play Ghost War, which is their PvP. And I probably will play a game in that just to try it out, see how it is. I was never really a fan of, Ghost Recon Wildlands PvP or anything like that. So it'll be interesting to see. But let's get gaming.
Welcome to Aurora, the incubator of World 2.0. My name's Jay Skell, and we've been expecting you. You've been invited here to innovate, to invent, and to create. But we're also asking you to do the most important thing with your lives that you can do. Here, away from the rest of the world, we will build the tools to lead the planet into the future. A completely sustainable economy, a blossoming environment, safe homes, security for your family, and a community where innovation is celebrated. The generations that come after us may forget all about us, but they will thrive because of the work we do here. Thank you for joining Skeltech and Aurora. Together, we are building tomorrow.
Okay, so now I'm taking control of the character. Just for transparency's sake, I will mention that I am playing this on the PS4 Pro. They gave me two choices, either graphic fidelity or resolution. I chose resolution, so some of you might have noticed some of the texture pop in. Hell, the ground even kind of like morphed into shape, sort of, and some of it still kind of looks muddy, but do keep in mind that this is a beta, so there's a lot still left to be fixed. But again, this might be a different version entirely that they have us playing, as opposed to one that's closer to the finished product. Okay, I'm just healing. There we go. Okay, so you can heal up entirely, but it does take time. Alright, so far I like the responsiveness of the controls. They do feel pretty good. I like it. Aiming. Whoa, goes right into first person. I like third person. I'm going to keep it that way. Nice to see that they kept a control scheme very similar to Wildlands. So you right click, or you click on the R3 button to go in and out of first person and third. I'm a big fan of that. Circle to crouch is a classic. Reloading is probably, I think this thing's suppressed, so. Yep, reloading is square. Triangle's probably to switch weapons if I had a secondary one. Now, so far, a lot of people prior to this release actually were worried that it was going to be like too much like Wildlands, because it's being used in the same engine, and actually, if I'm not mistaken, taking place sometime after Wildlands. So, and in a very similar environment. Clearly, it's a lot of jungle here. But for right now, I mean, I've chosen resolution, but I can still tell that this actually looks pretty good. It's not too bad, barring any texture popping that we saw. What is up with that grass? That looked like it was going completely flat. The rain looks good. The specular reflections, or the specular highlights, I should say, on the water, that looks really good, actually. I like the water rippling. reacting to your steps a little bit. It's not like, you know, you'd be splashing a lot more than this in real life, but this isn't supposed to be realistic. But it still looks pretty good. The reflections are alright. Obviously, this is the PlayStation 4, so RTX is not a thing. And whether or not RTX is going to be a thing, I have no idea. Alright, now we got the prone position here. And we got the prone camo. Here we go. Alright, this is where we cover ourselves. I like that. I like that. You got the compass in the bottom right / minimap. And it's straight from Wildlands. It shows you generally an idea where they might be located until you actually spot them and get their exact position. But it's honestly not that bad. It's not that bad to kind of take a generalized guess as to where they might be. Alright, so let's see what we got going on here. I feel like I should have probably chosen graphic fidelity just to see what this game could really look like, but, you know, I want the... I'm playing in 1080p, and I only have a 1080p screen, but I chose resolution so that it would at least, you know, get the best, the sharpest picture, that is. Grab. I'm gonna grab you. Ooh, that's... okay. That's a bit much? Just to grab somebody? You could have just grabbed him. Alright, well, that's... and then the only option is to knock him out. Skill credits. 45 caliber ammo. Dude, I have a... do I have a 45 cal pistol? I do. What is it, though? You see your my guy is somewhat limping still, because he is technically still injured, even though you've, you know, healed him. Huh. Ooh, okay. The other guy I knocked out, but I just straight up murdered you. It looks like they're actually going to put some emphasis on hiding dead bodies. Well, dead or non-dead. Can I pick this up? That's intel. We have to collect all the intel possible. That's one of the biggest things that they mentioned in this Ghost Recon is survival is key. They've created a system where, and I'm sure there's been other games in the past that have created similar systems, but if you get shot in the leg, your character will start limping, or if you get shot in your arm that you use to shoot with whether that be left or right, that arm could become useless if left uncared for, which is awesome, actually. That kind of puts an element of survival into the game, and an element of, you gotta be careful. Ooh, the ASR. I don't know if... I would imagine that a lot of these weapons are based on real-world weapons. Okay, so access the loadout. Can I just say, I hate this whole cursor thing. I'm getting so sick of this crap. I understand that it does kind of open up the ability to just be a little bit more free instead of being restricted to the D-pad, but come on, dude, this is so stupid. Every game since Destiny, hell, maybe even before that, every one of these games has this stupid cursor. I am so sick of this thing. I'm trying to avoid confrontation here because it could turn ugly. One guy against an army. Alright, so obviously you can't go down in the water. Humans need air to breathe. Yeah, he's still limping like he's hurt, which is, again, it's good. I like that. Whoa, that sounded like Troy Baker. Yeah. Dude, that's what I'm talking about. Hold on, let's get this chest piece on. Drone operator light vest. Nah. We going heavy. I'm sure L3 is probably to sprint. Yeah. Just gonna follow the road here and go up the side. But I think I did hear where, you know, you don't have stamina per se, but because of, you know, the necessity to keep yourself focused. Sprinting usually is probably not the best idea unless you're in a really tight situation where you have to get out quickly, because it also can affect your aim. So if you want to have better aim, you better just take it slow and steady. I'm gonna take a wild guess that this is the first mission, so it's kind of, I'm kind of ruining it for myself, but you know, it's coming out next week. Ooh, that was about as smooth as I can make it. Whew. All right, Tango Down, moving forward. No, you don't. No, you don't.
I just smoked a ghost. First kill of the day. These guys ain't shit. I don't know what everyone's worried about. We just better hope
Really?
kill them all.
You don't know what everybody's worried about.
It's a pissed off ghost.
How about you worry about that? Oh wait, you're dead. Nothing to worry about now. I can still see the screen tearing. It's kind of distracting. I guess I don't have any binoculars, which kind of sucks. I wish I did. It'd be easier to spot these guys. Alright, technically I'm hidden. Moved in pretty quickly, didn't they? I'm gonna guess that the guy with the 3 lines above his head is probably like a heavy or something like that.
I'm not gonna be responsible for even one of those guys turning up alive and looking for retribution. Short for this shit.
I'm already looking for retribution there, sir.
God, this place is a shithole. Yeah, they never get through here.
What type of machines do they build here? They must be huge.
Okay, so this is pretty cool. I waited long enough. It turns out they're moving on in their patrol. Hopefully the guys in the distance don't see me, but that's pretty cool. I like how open this area is to give me some options here. So I can go over to the left here into the water. Now, it's probably not the best idea because I can't prone, but I see that there's no water noise here. You'd think there'd be a lot of water noise going off, but obviously that's not finished. Again, the whole game's not finished. Oh my god, what is to change shoulders? I'm trying to remember what the hell it was. I'm trying to remember what the hell it was in Wildlands. So far, pretty intense this first mission here. Gonna open this up, see what we got. Yes! A DMR. My second primary. G28. Alright, and that's just tapping once to switch between the two.
There's body parts everywhere. I saw an arm. By itself, an arm. Survivor's my ass. Who could have survived that? Whatever, Cherry. You're gonna learn that the only thing you can count.
Did you hear him? What was that? he goes, you shoot the guy and he goes, What's he like? Is he like, Jerry? You still with me, buddy? I got 500 skill credits. Alright, so I'm gonna try the vehicle because they're throwing it in my face. Not the smartest idea, but hey, whatever. Alright, look behind, handbrake and drift, lights, seat change. Now, the handling in Wildlands was not great. I did not care for it at all. This feels pretty good so far. I'm not into any high-speed chases yet, but so far so good. Motion blur is not bad. It's not overly used like in Wildlands. Wildlands, boy, it was pretty heavy on the tires, and it just didn't make much sense. Oh! Hit a bump there. Yeah, see, these guys are on the road now, so busting through there like a bat out of hell would be a bad idea. Oh, see, now it's getting rid of the entire interface. Whereas before, it was only getting rid of the stuff below. See, now it won't get rid... There you go. Huh. Okay, so there you go. Like, technically, that was supposed to turn off the minimap earlier, too, and it didn't. So, a little glitchy. Okay, this walk is a bit weird, I'm not gonna lie. It's a bit on the strange side. Alright, we're gonna put on some, prone camo. Alright, we can go around. Now, not just because I said that the input latency was okay, doesn't mean it's not there. There's definitely some input latency here that I am feeling, so the gunplay is a bit sluggish. Hopefully they tighten that up, or you can, you know, maybe make some adjustments. Maybe it's better in graphic fidelity mode. I don't know. All right, so we're gonna have to go down here. Boy, this is turning from my first impressions to our first hour. So it'd be kind of stupid to make a first hour video when this is the first hour. Oh yeah, that was another cool thing, is that if you make the decision to go down the side of a cliff, just be aware that you could probably break some limbs. I'm trying to figure out if I like the fact that they didn't include a waypoint system in this or not. Because I clicked on the objective, but it's not giving me, unlike Wildlands, where it clearly shows you a line on where to go. This one does not, and I'm trying to figure out if I like that or not, because that adds to the immersion. Just like, you know, turning off the HUD. You see this though? I'm pressing the interface, but the minimap's not going away, so I wonder if it depends on... Oh, jeez. I wonder if it depends on whether or not you're in a car or what you're doing. Man, look at all these vehicles. They're just all over the place. How irresponsible of these guys. John Bernthal's gonna have a few words with them when they get back to base. Where is this box? Is it on this cliff here? Can I climb this? I can't climb this. Can I climb it here? Yeah, I can climb it here. Sweet. So, oh, it's below. Okay, well, I'm not going down there, obviously. I'm gonna keep on going this path here. Okay, that was weird. Seems as though they haven't worked out all the kinks yet in the animations. But again, this releases next week. How much are they gonna fix in a week? Or is this like a few builds ago? So they've worked on a ton of stuff since then. Because this isn't the only beta they've had. They've had a closed beta. And I think they even had... Whoop. They even had an alpha. Definitely some sound problems in this game for sure. You know, I'm also remembering that I do have this installed on my external. So that could contribute to some of the sound issues or the texture popping or not loading or whatever. So it's possible that that's contributing to the poor performance or whatever. But I also have to just think that it's pretty much just an older build of the game. Whoa. Nice. Alright. cross passage. Okay, so that's another person. So I'm guessing this is the hub. This is their Destiny-like hub. Yes, we are comparing this to Destiny because Destiny did the whole hub thing. It's not the first game to do it, but it popularized it, that's for sure. Especially on the consoles. So, we're going to stop right there. Just, you know, because this video is getting long, or at least... Yeah, I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut it together. Wow, okay. That texture, though. First thing, first impression is not bad. I like the tactical feel of it. You know, I mean, and I'm talking in terms of, like, choosing whether or not to engage the enemy. I felt like I had options, which is great. That is literally changing from good to bad texture constantly. That's what's going on with that. And so, you know, it felt really good. It felt very militaristic in that sense. You know, it felt very Ghost Recon. We work in the shadows and so on and so forth. Graphics wise, again, rough around the edges. In this case, almost literally. With this rock. Voice acting's okay. It's not bad. Not the top notch that Ubisoft has sometimes been able to nail. But, you know, we'll see where they go with this story. We've already seen John Bernthal's character once, Walker. So that's pretty cool. He had a pretty badass revolver there. Let's see. What else is good? The gunplay feels okay. Again, there's input latency, so it's a bit rough feeling. It's less than Wildlands, that's for sure. Because there's tons of that in Wildlands. Now, some of the downsides... Oh, I also like this. The fact that you have armor, like there's RPG elements in this game. Not to say that, you know, your guns can level up or anything, unless they can, which I don't know. I mean, they do have numbers next to them, so I'm going to guess maybe those are the levels of those guns. So that's pretty cool if that's the case. But I do like... Oh, no. Okay. I see. Since this has a defense of 9, that's the number that it's showing. So this is probably an attack of 7, 7, 1, that sort of thing. So that's pretty cool. So I like this. I like this layout. It's clean. You can see everything clearly. The downside is this stupid cursor. So sick of this cursor. I'm just done. Oh, look at this. You got a load weight too. So you might want to get rid of some stuff. So yeah, they're really adding a lot of RPG elements into the game, which is fine with me. I'm an RPG player. I love it. And having it in my gun games is really just adding to the flavor. One of the other cons about this feels like the loading screens have Anthem levels of time frames. So, perfect example, going from... You guys won't experience this because I'll be cutting it to not make it boring, but going from outside that curtain to in here took a good minute or so to load. And that's not good. You know, Anthem is much longer than that with its loading screens, but this is... that can't happen. Again, this might be with the fact that I have it installed on an external. It might just be the fact that it's beta. But, no, see, some of it's still flickering, but that's okay. Most of it has stopped flickering, stopped doing that. Either way, we can't have long loading screens, and I hope that is just my hard drive and not an actual, like, function of the game. But overall, first impression's good. I am reserving judgment until the final release. I don't know how many builds old this is, but it's pretty cool that there is actually a hub. You can come here, party with people. That's pretty cool. A lot of games are doing that nowadays. Why not Ghost Recon, right? But that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and please join me again in the next video where we give another game another chance to create a good first impression. And if you like this video, thumbs up, dislike it, thumbs down, get subscribed if you haven't already, hit that notification bell so you don't miss a video when it's released. I don't have a regular schedule, so just be on the lookout for that. And until next time, I'm Adam Wolf. This is Ghost Recon Breakpoint. and I'll see you guys in the next one.